So moving on to agenda item number 5, call of bills for final reading. Bill 28-14, Cable Communications, Community Media Organizations. The Government Operations and Fiscal Policy Committee recommends approval with amendments. I'll turn it over to the chair of our Government Operations and Fiscal Policy, Councilmember Navarro.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Bill 28-14, Cable Communications Community Media Organization, was introduced on May 6, 2014. We had a public hearing on July 8, 2014, and the GO Committee work session was held on July 10, 2014. We'd recommended adoption of this bill with amendments unanimously. Basically, it changes community access organizations to community media organization and broadens the applicability of the code to community media engagement platforms. This includes television, radio, internet, and social media. Requires a community media organization to, quote, develop and implement policies and programs that promote organizations' sustainability and viability, remove specific requirements for board members, which is consistent with the GO's committee direction to our current vendor, Montgomery Community Media. The technical amendment to the bill begins on Circle 4 and now accurately reflects existing law with the brackets on line 75. As I mentioned, this is basically another component of a multi-year conversation with all of our cable partners and our PEGs and of course, NCM, who has done a really terrific job at shifting a lot of their practices, programming, et cetera, to align that with the committee's vision, the council's vision, their own strategic platform and vision as they move into the future. This notion of using different platforms has been really, I think, very productive. Probably people don't know, but it's something that I think even 3 years ago was not as robust as it is today. And so the ability for different platforms to be utilized and different videos to be shared in different ways, I think has truly been well received, and it's very efficient and effective. So this is just one more way to codify some of those changes. It's nothing, extraordinary. It's just some very minor modifications and a particular technical amendment. So with that, I give you this bill 28-14. Which Councilmember Branson and Reamer all and myself voted unanimously to adopt. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Chair. And we now have, ladies and gentlemen, a bill before us, Bill 28-14, that has a committee recommendation. This is a roll call vote. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Elrich?
Yes.
Mr. Elrich votes yes. Ms. Branson?
Yes.
Ms. Branson votes yes. Mr. Berliner?
Yes.
Mr. Berliner votes yes. Ms. Florine? Ms. Navarro, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Ms. Navarro votes yes. Mr. Reamer?
Yes.
Mr. Reamer votes yes. Ms. Florine?
Yes.
Ms. Florine votes yes. Mr. Andrews?
Yes.
Mr. Andrews votes yes. Mr. Leventhal?
Yes.
Mr. Leventhal votes yes. Mr. Rice?
Yes.
Mr.
All-
Rice votes yes.
And that is unanimous.